Ashe and Grand Rising, a grand day to you all once again, my fellow humans. And welcome to this, the 10th in the series of another perspective on healthy living with your senior lifestyle advisor plus. It's I, the Mystic Philosopher. Now, you will remember earlier in episode 5, and I asked that if you haven't watched or listened to the previous episodes, starting with episode number 1 to now episode 9 and 9.1, I asked that you please do so in order to get a better understanding and overstanding of my perspectives and some of the insights that I'm sharing. Thought-provoking insights to provoke you to think and even rebut them, if you will. It's reasoning. One person alone can't reason. Well, he can, but it depends. Anyway, so if you might remember in episode 5, where for visualization and practical illustration purposes, I compared the human mind, which I also defined as a very fertile metaphysical space, to a very fertile garden. And I told you that any seeds, be they good or evil, that enter therein will immediately germinate, and if allowed enough time, they will take root, grow, mature, and then bring forth fruits after their kind. And not only bring forth fruit after their kind, but they will bring forth fruit in abundance. Remember, this is a fertile piece of land, a fertile ground, a fertile space. And the seeds that enters into this very fertile metaphysical space, I, the Mystic P, also call them mental codes, aka mind codes, inklings, impressions, intuitions, intentions, notions, imprints, ideas and thoughts. These are they that, if not discriminated against and properly filtered out and thus allowed to enter, germinate, take root and grow, they will become instructional codes that will control, that will program and dominate our mind. And our mind will in turn instruct our body exactly how it should behave. From my perspective, these mental and spiritual codes are in the air. And like energies, like frequencies and spiritual entities, they are everywhere. In fact, from my perspective, there is nowhere that is void of them. They are here, they are there, and they are everywhere. They can also be likened to free radicals that are floating around everywhere, desperately looking for molecules from which to steal electrons, and for electrons on which to latch onto. They are floating around everywhere, desperately looking for an empty and an unguarded, unprotected, fertile mind, aka an empty and unguarded, unprotected, fertile metaphysical space to lodge themselves, to take root, to grow, and to call their home. Some are intentionally and unintentionally transmitted, cast and broadcast, recast and rebroadcast from other people's mental transmitters, from other people's minds, also known as other people's metaphysical spaces. And for those of us that are in the know, we know that they are also transmitted from other metaphysical sources, from other metaphysical transmission towers. For example, a bad mind, as I have defined and explained earlier, and continue to define and explain, will constantly cast and broadcast, recast and rebroadcast bad-minded codes, aka evil mental codes, mental destructive viruses, unproductive and destructive inklings, impressions, intentions, notions, imprints, ideas, and thoughts. Now, from these facts, you will no doubt see and agree with I, the mystic philosopher, that just like a very militant owner, a very militant farmer, protector, and caretaker of his or her very fertile piece of property, his or her very fertile piece of land, so too it is imperative that we as individuals take every steps necessary to guard and protect our very fertile mind, aka our very fertile metaphysical space, from all forms of invasions, intrusions, mental diseases, aka mental viruses. Now note that if or when we are not the governor of our mind, if or when we are not in control of our own individual mind, and someone else is, or something else is, then it will be proven that we are being invaded, we are being held captive in our own spaces. We are being subdued. Our mind is now under the control of our capturer, aka our conqueror. Consequently, it is now being programmed by him, by her, or by it, or by them. And thus our body will act according to their programming and according to their will. In other words, their will be done through us. Now, from these facts alone, hopefully some of you, if not all of you, my listeners, may understand and understand why a lot of people that you may personally know and those that we may see acting out of basic natural human character or characteristics. Acting out of basic natural human decency, basic human hygiene, and others that we may also know and see performing acts of violence such as robbery, murder, rape, immorality, and all forms of evil. You name it or you name them. You know why? It is because they are not the ones that are in control of their own minds. It is because they are possessed. But again, I have run out of time here for this segment, so I ask that you please join me in episode 11, where I will continue proving this point and show you and tell you more as to how you too may know and how you can know a bad-minded person, aka a sick person. Now I ask that if you can, as I customarily do, if you can, I'm trying to make a sale here too. If you can, that you please support this series of short presentations titled Another Perspective on Healthy Living. Another perspective. The Mystic Philosopher's Perspective on Healthy Living, by simply purchasing your daily supply of lignans. And again, I promise that I will be talking more about, I will be doing another perspective on lignans and explaining it to those of you who don't quite understand and never take the time to know what lignans are. I will be doing a presentation on that. Stay tuned. But I ask that you purchase your daily supply of lignans from the Norwegian fruit spruce tree, also known as Fountain of Life. I ask that you purchase it from I, the Mystic Philosopher, by simply clicking on the links that is provided in the description area below this video. You may also purchase a digital copy of my song playing in the background called Have You Heard of Fountain of Life by clicking on the link by the same name. And I promise you that your support will be greatly appreciated. In the meantime and between time, my people, in your becoming, I will that you be more and more and not less, aka bless. I am the mystic philosopher. Ashe, 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 I say.